Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to another episode of Fit Chicks Unfiltered. I'm Ashley,
I'm Callie.
and we are here with another episode. And babes, I feel like this is going to be more of like a pep talk than anything because we're going to give it to you raw. You clicked on it for a reason. We're talking about why you quit.
Yes, if you're in that moment where you're on some type of journey, whatever the hell it is, and you're like, I'm so close to tapping out, maybe I should just tap out. This is for.
I feel like the one of the main reasons why people quit is because they feel like it's too hard.
Yes. I think they tell themselves that they can't do it. They use the word but and can't way too much.
Mm-hmm. Or later.
Yes. Or that they put it off to another day. And I also think they go to quiz because they expected way faster results.
That's the thing. Like we all know those like, get fit in 6 weeks or get abs at this time. We are a system that's built on instant gratification and like hate to burst your bubble people, but instant gratification does not exist in the world of wellness, especially when you have big goals and big aspirations and you would consider yourself an ambitious person. It's going to take some time. That just is what it is?
In a world of instant gratification, you can get Instacart, you can get
Yeah.
DoorDash, you can get streaming shows, but you
Girl,
cannot
I got an Apple Pencil sent to me in less than 24 hours.
get. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. So take a second and realize while you can get those things, and dare I say, cheap things fast,
Hmm.
muscle is lifelong, and that you cannot put a price on that. I mean, you
Yeah,
can, but not like an instant gratification price. So,
exactly. And the thing about it is, like, we all know those quotes, like, what's that major quote? Being fit is hard, being fat is hard, choose your hard. It's something along that wavelength. And, to reiterate, it's all hard, man. It's all hard. It all kind of sucks. And it's like you have to choose your heart and figure it out. The real reason people quit is because it's harder than what they thought. They've chewed off more than what they can bargain for. They think that they can't do it. And that leads to another point as to why people quit because there's too used to being comfortable. Our natural set point, we want to stay comfortable. That's how we're designed. We want our, especially Americans and first world countries, we want our down comforters and our wine on the beach. Yes, we want that. And the thing about it is, that doesn't exist when you are on track to lose a bunch of weight, when you're on track to body recomp, you're on track to stage lean, whatever it is for you, it is going to be tough. It is what it is.
yeah, it's absolutely going to be tough. And I like that point because it is. It's like choose your hard. Do you want the hardness of being like, well, I have to go work out and lifting legs is tough and I'm trying to hit this PR and it sucks because the cardio sucks? Or do you want to be 7 years old having a hard time to go to the bathroom because you can't get off the toilet? Like, which hard do you
Right.
want? Do you want osteoporosis because you haven't thought about you haven't thought about like the fact that you aren't strength training and you're not feeling your body properly? Like,
Speaking of hard, we've got a mama here still getting her work done. She is literally here recording for you guys, and her baby is calling. And so, I mean, that just kind of drives the point home. You have to decide what's your hard. You have to decide it. It's not, you're never going to have pristine situations. It's never going to be perfect.
no.
I feel like it's a major theme that we're like, I'm going to wait to start until Monday because Monday's the day that we start things, and I'm going to go to bed early on Sunday. Yes. Like we wait, and I'm guilty of it. I'm sure you are. And the one thing that really helped me on my weight loss journey was realizing we can't wait until it's perfect. We just have to execute. Waiting until it's perfect is the downfall
You have
every single time.
that's going to allow all the doubt to creep back in.
And I mean, even going into like our situation right now, recording, like Callie was saying, she's like, I'm in full mom mode right now with her hoodie. My lashes aren't even filled. If we waited until we both look perfect, our environments were perfect, you guys would still be waiting on this episode. You guys
Yeah,
would
which
still be
is
waiting.
honestly, I think, a lesson that we both learned this year in 2026.
I would agree. It
And
can't.
we're
It's not
leaving
going to be
like
perfect.
screw it, it's us. This is
It's
authentically
us.
us, and you're gonna get the truth
Exactly.
of what we really think and what we who we really are, and that's okay.
And it's the same with content creating, right? Like, there are so many times on my content creator journey and my social media journey, as dare I say, an influencer, I still get like a weird ick around that word, but let's just call a spade a spade. That's what we do. And it's like, oh my God, I can't record here because I need neutral backgrounds. Oh, I can't record here because it looks too busy right now. Oh, I can't record here because my husband's dirty drawers are over there. Like, dude,
Guess what? That makes you relatable. Newsflash.
literally, literally. And people quit things before they've even started because we wait for these perfect scenarios. And the perfect scenario will never exist. There is always going to be something holding you back because that's really truly, in my personal opinion, how life is designed, right? I feel like it's this game that Cosmos, Spirit, Source, God, Universe, whatever you want to call it, likes to play with you. Like, oh, we're gonna throw this at her and see what she does. Oh, we're gonna throw this at her. It was too easy to make her quit. You know what I mean?
I think of it as like I sit there and I find these things that I really want. I want to achieve. I want for myself. And when you ask for
Yeah,
things and when you work for things, like I think life has a way of testing you. Like, are you ready for it?
yeah,
Or have you healed the things that you need to heal to be able to move into this new era or this
right.
new level? I know we
Mm-hmm.
spoke about video game levels. I think of
Mm,
video games. It's way too much, but and I think that's yeah, you earn it. You gotta earn it. You gotta
yeah,
prove it, and
yeah.
to yourself, you know. But
It's
yeah,
so true.
I think I don't know. Just to go back into like they want things faster. It's like I don't know when the slowing of fat loss happens or the scale fluctuates or the weeks are imperfect, they get this sense of like it's not quick enough, it's not quick enough, like,
Mm-hmm.
and it becomes hard, and it's like, oh well, yeah, you're gonna have to like tighten up the nuts and bolts here to actually allow this machine to get down the road. So that's hard, and
It's true.
it's not fast, so
It's
it's more
true.
like, you know, tapping out. But they're not, in my opinion, they're not failing for the most part. They're just like tapping out too soon.
Exactly, exactly. Before things become habit. I think another reason why people quit too, it's because it's not what they expected. You know,
Yes.
yeah, especially when it comes to speaking in like the health and wellness arena of it all and food and stuff. You know, I can't count how many people have this epiphany that tracking their food sucks.
Yeah.
And it's annoying and it's a pain in the ass and you have to like ghetto rig your fats to match your carbs and your proteins and so on and so forth. And people often quit because they're like, this is too much. Like, I didn't know I'd have to do all this to get a result.
Which they're waiting for that magic pill. Oh, this is
Yeah.
gonna be different than what a million other people have told me.
Yep, 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 yep.
No, it's basic. It's really accountability. Yes, the value is there because it is, you don't have to think, you just do with the coach. And like,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it's truly, in my opinion, accountability. And you have to realize it's gonna not be easy. That's why we're doing it. That's why a lot of times people call it a challenge because it actually is one.
It's a huge challenge. It's a huge challenge. I also think too, speaking of food, I kind of want to talk about this idea that I know I've struggled with. I'm sure you have, and I'm sure many of our listeners have, being like perfect with their food and nutrition all week, and then the weekend hits and it is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
It is like the mind checks out. You could care less, and then you have one off meal, and then that is an excuse to start again on Monday, and so the cycle continues. Why do you think that is?
I think that's a self-sabotaging cycle
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and it's that you start something, you're very excited about it, it's going great, it gets hard, you start letting these limiting beliefs come in that keep you feeling comfortable and safe, which are, I deserve this, I worked hard all week, I crushed all my numbers all week,
Yeah.
one drink or, this a couple off meals or going out with the girls,
Hmm.
those things. I'm not saying you can't have a life, but like those things start to creep in, and then the next thing you know, the plan's not working. You start to feel shame, and you're like, what the heck is happening? I just need to
Hmm.
stop this because I'm
It's
failing.
putting me in a bad headspace.
Yes, it's just too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
after that, you stop. And then what
Right.
happens is it starts all over again. It's just
It
another
starts
person
all
that
over
it's like,
again.
maybe I should try, and this person has a new thing I've never done. No, you know the thing, girl. You just need to
Hmm.
lock in, and do it.
And do it. And that's it. I think we have the tendency to make things harder than what they need to be. And, I remember when that started clicking for me on my journey, when it was just, it wasn't about making conditions right or like making excuses for myself. It was, this works. You know, this works. You've seen it work. Just fucking do it.
You're not an anomaly situation.
Right. Why are we making this harder than it needs to be?
Yeah. Well,
Just do it.
because if it's hard, it's not achievable, and it makes room
Right.
for my excuses.
Exactly. Another reason why people quit. This
I,
is too much for me.
yeah, and I think too. Another interesting one is that people are, this is kind of interesting, but people are chasing like the punishment of it all, not the transformation.
Ooh.
So like maybe they are going through a breakup, or
Yeah.
their self-hatred, or they feel guilty for something, or their shame, or they're panicked about something. So there's like a punishment factor of going to the gym and just like killing yourself.
Sweating it out. Yeah.
But what sucks about that, yeah, that's great and that works. And sometimes I get angry in the gym and I go in there and I had the best workout of my life. But
Yeah.
eventually that energy just like fizzles out, it burns out. And then that's, for some people, then they don't have a reason to go anymore,
Right.
so that kind of stops
Right.
it too. And I think that, you're not going to find, yeah, in that moment, it might be a good release. But if you're going there to like find long-term satisfaction from like chasing a punishment in the workout,
Yeah.
it's not gonna
That's
be
not going to be enough.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
It's
I
a tool
totally
in the tool
agree.
belt, sure.
It is. It is a tool. There's nothing I love more than getting angry at some weights when I'm like angry at my partner or something like that. I've hit plenty of PRs in the gym
Yes.
when I'm mad at my mom or my partner or whoever it is, but it's
Yes.
never been my why. Your why has to be a bit bigger than that. I agree.
Yeah, and you can't build your journey or the body that you're trying to build based on, I hate my body, I need to fix myself.
Yeah.
I have to earn worthiness. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
have to learn how to talk to yourself, and you have to be okay with talking to yourself in a good way too. So like, yes, use that as fuel while you're in there, but also be gas yourself up too. This isn't the hate punishment train.
I fully agree. Speaking of partners and stuff, I would love to talk about people quitting because of their partners and people quitting because of the people around them. I'm sure on your journey as a coach, because I've experienced this and you've been coaching longer than me, um, people that you want to win so bad, but you can tell that their environment isn't conducive for it and they can't seem to get themselves out of it, which, makes me a little teary eyed for them because I mean, I feel like we've been there. In my journey throughout this, whether it's working with people or like being associates with people, I was not one that was fortunate enough to come from a household where like moving your body and lifting was something that was regular, like that was instilled. And I think most folks are like that.
Yeah.
Where it's more rare to find that person who's like, I grew up like this. That's rare to find. And so most people are kind of working against what they know, whether they have a partner who doesn't gym as much as they do or loves them the way they are and doesn't want them to lose weight, or speaking specifically to the bodybuilding space, which we've talked about that being a big deal in our space, especially as women who bodybuild, our partners not wanting us to be muscular. Well, I shouldn't say us because Martin's into it. I should say yeah, let me give Martin his flowers.
Like, babe, look at the comic book. Look at this girl's body.
Literally like, but I know that can be a huge thing, or an even not in the bodybuilding vein, but let's talk about it from a financial POV of your partners not wanting you to invest in coaching and that level of accountability. There's so many places that we could take it, but I think the point of what I want to riff on with you really quick is this idea of quitting because there are other birds chirping in your ear about why you are fine exactly the way you are, even though you have this innate desire to level up.
Yeah, I think too, there like that bird chirping in your ear can be self dialogue or people around you. And I think too,
Yeah.
there was this really big like era, which is still kind of there, of like what was it? I feel like it's a simple term and I'm blanking it, but like self like love or body positivity. That's what I'm trying.
Yes.
So yes, and that's great
The
and that's
body
beautiful. And I think
positivity movement. Ooh.
yes, but at the same time, sorry, I'm coming for you guys, but at the same time,
Yeah.
like what do you want out of life? Like, do you want to like enjoy life? Do you want mobility? Do you want long lasting? Like, what are the things that you want? And I think sometimes too, that kind of trickled into what you're saying, whether it's a partner, your family or whatever, and it can be big or small. Like, I remember for me, my family's always been very supportive, but there were little comments when I would be in a prep that would be like, "Are you sure you can't have that?" Like, it's just a little
Yeah.
bit so
Oh yeah,
extreme,
same.
and
Same.
it's not
So
like it comes from
extreme. So
yeah,
extreme.
and
Hate
it's not
that
like it
fucking
comes from a
comment.
bad place, but it plants a seed. So
I
like
I
that's
find that comment to be annoying. I
yeah,
like so the so extreme comment that just triggered me because like I hear that too and it's like dude, like are not going to get anywhere being mediocre. Look at all the mediocre people around you, fucking Bob, Susan. Look at all the mediocre people around you. You think I'm striving for mediocre?
no, I agree. I agree. You have to
Like,
become obsessed. You have to become
you
obsessed. You
have
can
to be
also
a little unhinged about it.
yes, you do, and also I think too, like in a weird sense, it's like how much propaganda does it take
Propaganda.
for us to think that a healthy diet, eating enough calories, just choosing healthy foods in a structured way is too much?
Too much. So much propaganda to think
You know
that
what's too
caring
much
about your
is Mickey
body.
D's,
Right.
Burger King,
Right.
Wendy's, like
Ranch dressing.
diabetes.
Literally, we could go on and on and on about what is too much. And I think the people that we have around us, what do they say? Like, if you want to get to know somebody, meet the five people closest to them.
Yeah.
The people that we have around us are very, very, very important. Like, I will always say my circle got small as hell. Um, I can count. There were like stages to it. When I started my work on television, I had to bring my circle down. When I started getting really serious about my weight loss, I had to bring my circle down. When I got sober, I had to bring my circle even more so down. Girlfriend, I got about five people on this hand that I really fuck with, and you obviously being one of them. And I'm more than okay with that. I'm more than okay with that because I am living the best life I've ever lived, the most authentic life I've ever lived.
Great.
And it's crazy how the people around you. Another thing too, just to mention, a lot of people want to bring you down to their level, friends that are listening. And so if you have somebody in your universe that like what we're talking, it's triggering you, and you're like, holy shit, they like see me. I know, like there's somebody in your mind right now. Sometimes people, they want to see you win, but not as much as them. Right. And so oftentimes people will say like, don't you think you're being a bit too extreme? Go ahead. You can have that vodka soda. Just start tomorrow. It's okay. You're getting too thin.
Low key, they're
You know,
making them feel better, trying
but
to make them
better.
feel about
They're trying to
themselves.
make themselves feel better. It's a
It doesn't have to do
projection.
with you.
Exactly. It's a projection. And so if you're somebody who might be easily persuaded to quit something that you love and that you desire to do, especially I feel like I'm specifically speaking when it comes to our significant others. Because the people that we share a bed with are the people that we are the most intimate with and we value their opinion the most. You got to tell them shut the fuck up. I mean, Callie knows this. Everybody that has watched the show know this. I have told Manuel 1,000 times, I am bodybuilding, and either you are rocking with me on it, or you can get to stepping, sir, because
Yeah.
that's what's happening. Like,
Yeah.
there's no negotiations here.
This is my evolution of me, not
Literally.
you.
Yeah, and guess what? Homeboy has shut up. He's like, oh, she's going to the gym. Okay. And you know what? He's even started eating my meal prep with me. It took him about a year. He doesn't eat all of it, but some of it I'll be like, because, he'll want me to cook stuff that's not on meal prep. I'm like, dude, you want me to cook? You're eating the 95.5 ground beef, or you're not eating the food I make. He's eating it. Sometimes it just takes them a while to get on board with what you're doing, especially when people have only known you in a certain type of way,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, if they've only known you a certain type of way. Exactly. They don't know how to see you in other ways. And again, this is not a you thing. When we are recalibrating to a level up to bring back the video gaming thing, when we are recalibrating to a level up, the people that are closest to us are also recalibrating as well. And even though it's your journey, they're on that journey with you. And so it's a recalibration of everybody involved. And some people might not be ready for it. And so they might want to bring you down. And so you got to kind of realize, oh no, babe, this is what I'm doing. This makes me feel good. Your evolution is a you thing, and only like go ahead. I'm riffing. Go ahead.
No, you're doing good. I didn't want to stop
The,
that flow. I
yeah,
felt
no,
bad
the,
over my
no,
mouth.
the Celsius is kicking in, but like I just like it just your evolution is a you thing is really what I'm getting at, and sometimes we have to be fucking selfish, and that's got to be okay. That's
Yeah,
got to be okay.
it is. And I mean, I think too, sometimes maybe you are, if you're listening to this, you are that partner that's giving your partner a hard time, or
Yeah,
you're not really sure why, or it's the other way
yeah.
around. But you have to realize too, like when people actually start pouring back into their cup and they feel fulfilled and they feel more confident and they feel satisfied, they are going to be a better person in general, which
They
means
sure
they're going to
are.
perform better at work. They're going to be a better partner to you, or you're going to be a better partner to them, like a better friend, a better parent, whatever it may be. Those things are only going to enrich the quality of all the lives involved.
It's so true. And also to piggyback off of that, when somebody's feeling good in their soul about what they're doing, they're not thinking about tearing you down. They're not thinking about telling you to have another cupcake. They're not thinking about telling you to go spend your money on BS that you need to spend your money on because they are too focused on living their best life. And so these are things I want you guys to look at when you're looking at your friend group, when you're looking at the people that you share your body with, your bed with, that you break bread with. Well, like look at all of these people that you spend a lot of time with, right?
Yes.
And are they lifting you up? Are they tearing you down? Or are they indifferent, somewhere in between, right? And if they are tearing you down and you are being affected by that, you might need to rethink that relationship, and that is okay. Sometimes relationships, my mom told me this, aren't meant to be in your life for like ever. They're meant to be in your life for that moment, for now. And I have dear friends of mine that, were meant to be in my life for that moment. And now their relationship has changed and it's different, and let them tell it, and I've changed, and maybe they think I'm putting words in their mouths, but they think that I feel some sort of way because I lost all this weight, whatever they want to say. But you know what, the thing about it is, at the end of the day, they were supposed to be in my life for a season, and that is okay.
They were along for a certain season, episode, minute, whatever it may be, commercial break, like all of
Mm,
those things, and that's okay. And I've
yeah,
learned too. That's something that I think when you're younger, you try to force it. You're like,
you do. I
this
would
is this
agree.
is my crew. This is everything. Like I
Yeah.
need these people. So you bend. You become like
Mm-hmm.
this person that you're
Because you
trying
want
to
to be
figure out.
accepted.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then you realize, like I've realized, at least in life, everything that's meant for me will come back to me.
that
Even
part.
if even if someone's in my life for a certain season
Yeah,
and then they're not for seasons and then they come
yeah,
back in another season,
yeah.
it's just like timing, like sometimes
Mm,
you just have to let go of control and realize like, you know what, it it will law of attraction. Like if I'm doing the
yeah.
things I'm supposed to do, I'm taking care of myself, I'm living my best life, I'm being happy, I'm going through the different seasons of life, through the good, bad, the ugly, and I'm doing the best I
Mm-hmm.
can, like the right things will find its way back to you. And I think that's a beautiful for full circle moment, even with like people in your circle of influence.
It's so true. And maybe what we're talking about is a 30 something thing. Cause, and what made me think about that was when you said being younger. And I remember like trying to force it, like this is my crew. I'm going to bend. I want to be accepted. And there's nothing wrong with admitting that you want to be accepted. There's nothing wrong with wanting love and affection and to be picked. There's nothing wrong with that. That's human. That's humanity, right? But I do feel like you hit your 30s and you don't give a fuck. And you're like, no, I need to do this, that, and the third to make sure, like, I need my beauty rest. I'm not going out with you. I want to be in bed by 9. No, you can't come over. I don't want to entertain. Like, I love the word no.
Right. Call that girlfriend up. It's going to be like, it's good.
Exactly.
You don't need to
exactly.
be doing everything exactly the same as, every member of your crew. If
100%.
they don't understand that, then like we just already said, maybe it's
100%.
Not
maybe it's not the right season, right?
And I think too, like a lot of stuff, I don't know, it's like when you're younger you're fearless but you're full of so much fear.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
You're afraid, like these are the only people I've ever known, will
right.
I never find that again? And it's like it's just when things are forced to fit, it doesn't work out. You just got to let things work its way out and in and out and back in and back out and back in and back out. It'll evolve, and each moment, like you said, will have it serves its purpose. Like your mom said, like it's a stepping.
Yeah. 100%. And so I think, all in all, our friends, what we're saying is some of the main reasons why we quit that maybe you haven't thought about is, number one, you're stuck in a negative feedback loop of starting and stopping in that self-sabotage that we spoke about when you're perfect on the week, during the week, and on the weekends, you let it all go to shit. That is taking a look at yourself and why you're self-sabotaging. And to take that an even step deeper, there might be a fear of success there, because once you succeed, then you know what you're capable of, and now you got to repeat it, and then there really is no excuse. So it's easier to quit so you don't have to get to that next level.
Yeah. And I think ahead. Too that what that could play into is sometimes people might be low-key like addicted to starting over.
Yeah. Like it's always fun when you start over, right?
Yeah, like there's the emotional thrill, and it's a fresh start, it's a new challenge, it's this.
Yeah.
It's not, like I had some girl compliment my glutes today in the gym, and she was like, "Oh, yay, gosh, girl, you've been building those." And I'm like, "I've been building these since 2012
for real."
It's not something that happens overnight. It's been a long time of just really working on these, and it's boring, and it's repetitious, and it's monotonous, and it's the same shit.
Over and over and over again.
That's not sexy for everyone that wants that thrill and excitement, and yeah, you have phases of that, but honestly it's a lot of repetition.
Yeah, a lot of repetition. And so when you quit, I think it's important to note that if this episode called you, right, I think there's something to be said about the idea of quitting and stopping and starting again and getting sick of that. That was one big thing for me on my weight loss journey. I got fucking sick of that. I got sick of my bullshit of stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and quitting and not quitting. I just got tired of it. I got exhausted from it. And I'm like, what would happen if we just stayed here? 150 fucking pounds later.
Yeah, girl, yes! I love
Crazy, right? Like, what would happen if we just stayed here? If we just stayed here and we just stopped the loop, right? Just press pause on the loop and then maybe delete. What would happen then? And I also think, too, we touch on the idea of quitting because it's scary. And yeah, quitting because it's scary on what's on the other side. It should kind of scare you, though. Yeah. But keep going, right?
Yeah. Right, keep going. And I mean, I think, too, like sometimes when you constantly just aren't becoming your word, like you say you want to do it, like you said, what happens if we just sit here and we continue to do the same things over and over and over again? Like, you trusted your word, you created a new identity, you created self-integrity, and when people, even in the micro ways, do not do what they say they're gonna do, that builds distrust, confidence goes down, and you don't trust yourself anymore. You might be like, yeah, I got me, I trust myself, but that's not what you're telling yourself every single day.
Right.
So the
Right.
I'll start Monday, or this is the last time I'm starting over, or I'm actually serious now becomes,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay. Yeah, we'll
Jargon.
see.
Yeah. 100%. And I think one of the major things that we talked about was the people around us convince us to. I mean, just to add to that example that we riffed on for a while, I also want to go to the extreme. And it makes me want to go to the extreme because somebody commented on a piece of content that I had about how their partner calls them a fat bee. I know. I know it got me a little teary eyed because I forgot what the piece of content was, but she was just essentially saying like I want to do this or whatever. My partner doesn't support me, like he calls me a fat bee, and honestly,
Where's he
Kelly.
at? Send me the coordinates.
Well, Kelly, it makes me think like the more that I just interact with people in the on the internet, we are lucky and like when it comes to our partners, like I bitch about my partner, I complain about my partner, but some of these people, I should say, because it's not just women, have it really, really hard with the people they share space with.
Yeah.
When it comes to, I don't know if we can say the A word on in the internet, but when it comes to the A word, ABU. Yes. When it comes to that word on the internet, and all we can do is just say, get help, get out of it. If you are in a space where it is just toxic, and even like, oh, nothing's happening physically, but emotionally, mentally, that's emotional and mental abuse. Just so we're clear here, friends. If your partner's calling you names, if your partner's saying how much you suck, saying what you can't do, if they're gaslighting you in any way, that is not okay. That's warfare on your mind. And some could argue that is even worse than the physical aspect. Because at least within the physical aspect, holy crap, that's bad. When we're dealing with stuff up here, they're breaking you down and keeping you stuck.
And they're crafting that inner dialogue. Once again, another reason why you won't trust yourself. You don't think you're good enough. You're
Yes.
not worthy. Scarcity comes into play.
Yes. You
Like,
can't do anything without them. Yes.
your mission becomes proving something to
Mm-hmm.
everyone else instead of proving it to yourself because you know you can.
Mm. Mm-hmm. God, I got chills. Yeah. So, it's not slept on either of us that there are people going through this sort of stuff. And I think this title, the real reason people quit, I think we'd be doing this title injustice if we didn't talk about some of those unhealthy relationship dynamics, which make people stay in a state of feeling and being small, and just how important your relationship dynamics are when you're looking to create positive change. I wouldn't have been able to drop 150 pounds without a supportive partner.
100%.
It wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Like, of course, nobody's perfect, but let's not sleep on the fact I wouldn't have been able to do this as a newlywed without support from a partner.
Nope. No, you would not. And I
Yeah,
think too, like another thing, like trust your guts and those inner red flags that pop up, right? So like if you're
yeah,
like, you know what, I do want to go into a full identity change in the sense of I'm not going to be the girl who goes out on the weekends and drinks a bunch of alcohol and eats fast food during the week and
mm-hmm,
isn't prioritizing myself. I'm now going to become the version of me that is disciplined, that does enjoy movement and doesn't take that for
yeah,
granted and honors my
yeah.
body. If for some reason you're trying to make that switch and build your confidence through that identity like progression and someone starts bucking the system with that, just pay attention, you
Pay
know,
attention to it.
pay attention,
Mm-hmm.
find the right way to navigate,
Eyes wide open.
yes, and it doesn't always necessarily mean like that person's bad, but like
Right.
just like I don't know, I guess just find a way
I
to,
get what you're saying.
yeah,
It could be a situation where they just need time to recalibrate,
yeah,
or it could be a situation where they're actually being toxic and you might need to rethink the whole thing.
yeah, yeah.
Eyes wide open.
And communication is key in those situations, right? Working
Yeah.
together and not being
Mm,
defensive, like truly hearing and digesting what the situation is instead of like,
yeah.
I don't know. In some cases, I feel like some people, like I remember you said, with you it was tough sometimes with bodybuilding, but like I feel like you guys talk through it and you guys work through it and he understands.
We've gotten to a decent place. I mean, we will see. I've been in a quiet cut phase, aka not officially prep yet. So we'll see what happens. Honestly, the real test, you guys stay tuned, is going to be when this tummy gets tucked and how, he adjusts to the new boobies and the new tummy and all of that. He's a very old school individual. Like, he was just talking ish on another member of the 90 Day Fiance community inside T here, because she just went to EDC. And so obviously she was wearing something a bit risque. And I love my partner to death. I feel like this is his charm. He was like, "Did you see what she had on? I can't believe her husband let her go out like that." And I'm just like, mm-hmm.
Let's wait, honey.
And literally, well, not only that, but like just his mindset is so just like, "I can't believe her husband let her go out like that." There's so many things wrong with that statement. Like, in fact, she's at a music festival. She's at EDC. Like, I'm like, oh, you're gonna have a hard time. So we will see. And that's why I was saying a couple minutes ago, sometimes the partner just needs some time to recalibrate to this new. And sometimes it's just toxic.
Right, yeah, and you have to be able to distinguish the two. And I guess that was kind of what I was getting at. It's not all the times like this diabolical situation. I got to get out because sometimes change is hard for people.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sometimes change is really hard for people.
So,
yeah.
Like try to navigate what actually is happening and the severity of it. But
and just know, at the end of the day, friends, if somebody around you is putting the seed in your head that you need to quit, that, like, what we're really getting at when it comes to the real reason why people quit and where family and friends get involved, is if the seed is being put in your head by somebody else. What do we need to look at? That is the important piece here, no matter the varying degrees. And there are clearly, we just talked about how this varies aggressively. But the point is, if it's not coming from you and coming from somebody else, we need to see why. So.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yes.
So does Ace.
And so does Ace. Yes, we have a live one.
And I think too, like, just keep in mind, if you're one of these people who find that you're identifying with this and you're quitting quite a bit. I want you to know that everybody struggles.
Yes. Oh my God, isn't that the truth?
It's not that they don't struggle, because everybody struggles. It's just how you treat these difficult seasons in life that are either going to define it and being like the end of your story, or you're going to just be like, this is just part of the chapter or the stepping stone, like we talked about.
100%. 100%.
Because they can't do it.
We're almost there, Ace. We're almost there. We're taking it home. We're taking it home, Ace. We're taking it home, honey. Yes.
But yeah, like the anything that you want in life isn't going to come easy. And it's going to require like resilience, patience, hard work, like clocking in, even when sometimes you do feel like clocking out. Don't base it on motivation.
100%. We hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. We hope you got something out of it. And I really hope that you guys even noticed, conditions are never going to be perfect. It doesn't mean you quit. It means you keep going. Okay. And with that said, you guys know the drill. Like, share, comment, save, follow, the whole shebang. And all of our links will be down below. And we appreciate you. We love you so much. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye, guys. Beautifully said, Ashley.
Thank you.